Here we go. Blah blah blah. Objective. Startup basics. Manuals. QNH 2976. Low cloud base. Wind is okay. No turbulence. What's going on over here? Standard. Looks okay. June 2012. We start in the afternoon, so it's okay. Some 2-1 responsible for deconfliction. Normally it's 2's job. Oh, 2 will fly as lead. Two will fly as lead. 1 will be responsible. It's gonna be in finger 4. Okay. Last wingman. Okay. Nellis. Okay. Alright. Okay. Instructor is gonna guide me through it, that's nice. Battery inverter on. Main bolt.
Tusk 2-1, Tusk 2-2, radio check.
2-1 copy, Lima Charly. Hey, go ahead and drop the canopy for me so you can hear me a little bit better. It's going to be the silver switch near the bottom right corner of the front dash.
I did that.
Let me know when you have that down and locked.
Okay, sir. Canopy is down and locked.
Alright, man, let's either go with 1, lead, or my call sign Biff while we're in the pit, cool? No more of that sir shit.
Copy that, sir. Shit. 1, copy that 1.
Alright, now that is out of the way, I know you have some time in the Alpha, and you've been through the sim and Dash 1 for the Charly. But we're going to go through this step by step just to be safe. I do expect you to know all this already, but it's still worth going over.
Copy, no problem.
Alright, it's very important that everything happens in sequence. So don't do anything until I tell you to, and don't do anything out of order, cool?
2.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, come on.
So today's sortie is going to be short and sweet. We're going to go over startup, taxi, takeoff, landing, and shutdown together. I'm going to act as flight lead even though I'm going to be following you around. So I'm going to handle all communications and clearances through ATC for the flight. Copy?
2 copies.
Okay. Anything I should be aware of or know leading us around Vegas?
Just stick to the flight plan and everything will be cool.
Roger that.
Alright, I'm going to pick up the checklist after the pre-flight and cockpit inspections. We're going to be in the prior to engine start section. After I give you a few commands, let me know when you've accomplished those instructions and we'll move on.
Raj?
Alright, obviously our uniform radio, battery, and inverter are up, so we're going to move over to the left console. There you're going to find the radar altimeter. Set that switch into the NRM, or normal position. That switch is going to be located just behind the throttle. While we're over there, we're also going to move the top left corner of the heads-up display, on the canopy framing, you will find the accelerometer. I need you to press and hold the accelerometer reset button found in the bottom left corner to zero out our G's. Next, on the right console, locate the electrical panel and set both AC generator switches to the power position.
Yeah, okay. It's already on power.
Set.
Oh,
Alright, now onto the CDU, which is behind the electrical panel. I need you to verify that the page select rotary knob is in other, and the steer point knob is set to mission. Since we're over there, also go ahead and set your oxygen supply lever to on, and your navigation lights into the flash position. I forgot to mention, but on the left throttle you need to put the pinky switch into the aft position, that way all of your exterior lights are working.
yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay, all that is done.
Cool. Now we need to check out all of our caution lights. So back on the left console, just ahead of the SAS panel, you're going to find two buttons. One of those is going to be labeled signal light lamp test, and the other one is going to be fire detect bleed air leak test. So let's go ahead, press and hold the fire detect bleed air leak test one. While we're holding that, we're going to scan the dash, looking at the fire handles, making sure they illuminate, and on the master caution panel we should see bleed air leak flashing.
Okay, that's good.
Great. Now I need you to verify for me that you show 3 green landing gear lights next to the lollipop or landing gear handle.
3 green.
Alright, moving on. I need you to locate that signal light test button. It's going to be next to the button that you just pressed. Here we're going to hold it down and look over a little bit more of the cockpit this time as we have it held down. So go ahead and do that. And first we need to look at the emergency flight control panel, which is going to be next to your radio stack. There we're going to verify that the aileron and elevator emergency disengage light function. Moving forward, we're going to go to the SAS panel and verify that we see the takeoff trim light illuminated as well. And going forward from that, we're going to look at the lollipop or landing gear handle to make sure it's lit up red. We're going to look up on the dash to see if master caution, steering engaged, marker beacon, and canopy unlock indicators all light up. And lastly, we're going to have a look over on the right console at the caution panel. There we need to verify that all of the lights function properly with the audible tone coming through the headset.
Stand by. Okay, that's all good.
Outstanding. Alright, moving over to the fuel quantity and hydraulic indicator panel. Here is where we're going to test our fuel quantity. The first thing that we need to do is check the totalizer, which is the digital numbers. You should see 11,000 pounds of fuel. Is that what you were seeing?
Affirm.
Go ahead and move the fuel display selector knob into the internal position.
Done.
Cool. Let's now press and hold the test indicator button, which you will find to the right of the large fuel display selector knob. Go ahead and do that now. Alright, you should see each needle drop to somewhere around 3,000 pounds. Go ahead and move the fuel display selector knob into the main and wing positions, taking note of each displayed quantity as you cycle it. You should see something close to 7,000 pounds in the main and about 4,000 pounds in the wing tanks, and that should add up to your 11,000 pounds of total internal fuel.
Yep, that all checks out.
Perfect. Go ahead and cycle that knob for me back into the internal position. Alright, now moving back to the environmental system panel, we need to check out our oxygen. So go ahead and verify for me that you have a good supply of LOX, which we should have the full 5 liters indicated by the analog gauge.
Affirm, 5 liters.
Alright, now go ahead, depress and hold the test button, which you're going to find to the right of the gauge. The needle should slowly begin to fall, and once it reaches 1/2 liter, we should see oxy low flash on the caution panel. Let me know once that has been accomplished.
Check.
So as a rule of thumb, anytime we're above Angels 10, we're going to have the mask on. Also, if we're going to be maneuvering around, we'll don the mask for that as well. Now, if we're just cruising below 10,000 feet, feel free to drop it. I know a lot of people give us shit, bust their balls, saying we don't fly high enough to need LOX. But with today's missions like Coin and the environments that we operate in, we have to fly pretty high sometimes, at least for a hog.
Raj, I think I heard that before. Seems like some things never change.
Alright, so here we normally call ground to get our startup clearance before we fired up the APU. I went ahead and gave him a call before we stepped and let them know we'll be here on the ramp doing some academics. So we just need to give them a call before we start the motors. But for now, let's get the APU up. So what I need you to do is flip the APU switch next to the throttle into the start position. As the APU comes online, I need you to monitor the APU instruments on the front dash. Let me know once the APU is up and everything's good.
Copy. Good start.
Nice. Alright, verify that the left fuel pressure light is not lit on the caution panel. And since you're over there, go ahead and move the APU generator switch from the off reset position into the on position now.
Done.
Right on. Onto the CDU panel. So here we need to set the CDU and IGE switches into their respective on position.
Okay, both in the on position.
Alright, so here we're going to deviate from the checklist just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get our Victor and Fox radio spun up. Now we need to do this so that you and I can still talk, but we can monitor the ground frequency at the same time. So on your Victor radio panel, which you're going to find located right behind the throttles, go ahead and move the frequency mode dial, or the far right dial, from the off into the TR position, and also set the frequency to 126.500, and stand by for the radio check.
Set.
Tusk 2-2 radio check Victor.
1-2 copies you, Lima Charlie.
Right on. Moving on to the Fox radio, which is the furthest aft in the radio stack. Go ahead and put the frequency mode dial into the TR position as well. Set frequency for 33.000, and again, wait for the radio check.
Set.
Test
1-2
radio
has
check
caught
on
by
Fox.
5.
Bitchin, we'll use Fox for our interflight from this point forward today and for all of our future flights.
Copy.
Alright, back on the uniform radio, let's go ahead and dial into 270.1. That's the frequency for Nellis A-10C II. Here we're going to get the most current weather and remarks before we call ground for startup. If you need help with the format, go to the reference card from the briefing and we'll break it down piece by piece. Once you've got it all figured out, let me know and we can go from there.
Visibility greater than 10 miles. Broken 5,000 feet.
Oh, one more thing that may be useful in the future whenever you work with different radios. On the left console,
Altimeter
just below the emergency flight
2995.
control panel, you're going to find the intercom control panel.
03 right.
Here you can set the volume of all navigation and radio
Acknowledge
systems.
receipt of
If
information.
you're expecting a lot of radio traffic, it might be a good idea to reduce the volume of some of them. In this case, you're going to have an ATIS message repeated over and over again.
Information Hotel.
After you note down the important parts, you can either change the UHF rate or just reduce the volume, okay?
Visibility greater than 10 miles.
Copy.
Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 43. Dew point 37. Altimeter 2995. Runways in use 03 left 03 right. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Hotel Added 5 aircraft type on first contact. Nellis AFB Information Hotel. Time 2055. Wind 200406. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 43. Dew point 37. Altimeter 2995. Runways in use 03 left 03 right. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Hotel Added 5 aircraft type on first contact. Nellis AFB Information Hotel. Time 2055. Wind 200406. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 43. Dew point 37. Altimeter 2995. Runways in use 03 left 03 right. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Hotel Added 5 aircraft type on first contact. Nellis AFB Information Hotel. Time 2055. Wind 200406. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Broken 5,000 feet. Temperature 43. Dew point 37. Altimeter 2995. Runways in use 03 left 03 right. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Hotel Added 5 aircraft type on first contact.
Alright, I've got the ATIS info.
Nellis AFB Information Hotel. Time 2055. Wind 20.
Alright, what's the altimeter setting given through ATIS?
Altimeter. I have to go to F8. Options. Take 10. Options. Take 10. Take 2.
2995.
2995 is correct. Good job. So now we're going to give Nellis clearance delivery a call and get our VFR clearance. That's going to be on 289.4. Get that punched in and using the Fox radio to let me know when you're standing by on that free.
Two's up on 289.4.
We get our IFR clearance from them for every sortie that we fly. Again, I'll handle it this time, but in the future, when you're flying as lead, you'll get the clearance. Stand by for the call. Clearance, Tusk 2.
Tusk 2, go ahead for clearance.
Good morning, Tusk 2 is going to be VFR to MOPA.
Tusk 2, clearance cleared to MOPA via the TAC North departure as filed. Proceed direct to
Contact correct. Contact ground on 275.8. Good day. Contact ground on 275.8 for Tusk 2. See you. Awesome. We're now ready for startup. So to go ground at 275.8 and using the Fox radio, please let me know once you're there.
Two's up on 275.8.
Okay, just stand by and monitor that frequency. Nellis ground, Tusk 2 flight is 286 at Thunder, ready for startup with hotel. Tusk 2 startup approved, hotel is current altimeter is 299.5. Copy, startup is approved for Tusk 2. Hey, real quick, you've never TDY deployed or flown outside of the United States either in a military aircraft or your airline job, have you?
Yeah, that's correct. CONUS only.
Right, just a little note, but of course here in the States we use QNH. On Thunder Ramp we're at 1,845 feet MSL, so we want to set our altimeter to that, of course. When we deploy, which may not be too far off in the future, the way things are looking with the shit going on in the Persian Gulf again, we'll probably be using QFE depending on the host nation. But again, here at Nellis and in the rest of CONUS, we use QNH. Copy?
Raj.
Alright, back to work. Go ahead and adjust your seat height to where you like it, and that will finish off this part of the checklist. We're going to go ahead and move into starting engine.
Let's go to the checklist.
Copy. Ready.
Okay, go ahead and move the left throttle out of the cutoff detent and pull it back to the idle stop. This will begin the startup sequence. As that is happening, we are going to watch the engine instruments for any abnormalities. You'll see the master caution come on for the APU gen, so just push the master
not
caution light
working.
on the UFC to silence it. As
I
it
always
is
have to
normal.
monitor it.
Let me know when that engine is up and the engine start cycle light is off on the caution panel, indicating that the startup process for that engine is complete.
Copy.
Why is it not working? I'm in the sea. Oh, now it works. So we motor it to 30%. We disable the motor, we put it in idle. There we go. Number one is starting. Come on, number one. Okay. Engine start cycle needs to switch off. Okay, it's off.
Engine 1 is up and good.
Let me go to number 2.
Alright, so now we need to cycle the flight controls. We're going to look for free and correct movement. So go ahead and move your ailerons, elevators, and rudders. If that's good, go ahead and start your...
Okay, looks good. Okay. Let's start up number 2. Throttle, hydraulics, and oil. Number 1 is okay. F-gen. Check off at approximately 52%. Let's just continue. Generators, instrument inverter, exterior lights. Steady. Right engine starting. PSI is increasing. Temp. Okay. Number 2 is almost done. Okay.
Both engines are up.
Alright, so going back to the oxygen stuff on the environmental panel, we're going to make sure that the emergency and diluter levels are in their normal position. Supply lever is on and the flow indicator is working.
All that is good.
Okay, here in the checklist is where we normally get the radios on and set, but we've already done that. So the next thing to do is going to get the IFF into standby. If you have followed your checklist before we got the uniform radio up, you should have already got the IFF panel set. But just to be sure, we're going to go over it together.
Oh, I didn't do that. I'm sorry.
Roger, standing by.
IFF.
So on the IFF panel, just outboard and behind the throttles, place the code dial into alpha. Next, set our mode 3 code as 4010, as this is what we are going to be squawking today.
Alpha. Where do I set alpha? I don't see an alpha here. What's alpha? Where's Alpha? Is that Alpha? Okay. Alpha found. Space.
Okay, Alpha set. Mode C on and 4010 is dialed up.
Okay, that should cover what should have been set up beforehand. Aside from moving the IFF antenna switch into the both position, you'll find that as the furthest left rear switch on the left console. Now getting back to where we were in before taxi, move the master mode dial into the standby position.
Both. Probably means this one. Okay.
Okay, standby set.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to making sure that the crossfeed switch is in the off position. You will find the crossfeed switch on the fuel system control panel.
Off.
Set.
And just to the left of that, we're going to make sure that the emergency brake handle is in the full forward position.
Okay.
Check.
Going back onto the right console, you will find the ILS and TACAN control panel. Set your TACAN mode selector switch to TR and turn the ILS on by moving the left bezel into the power position. Also set your TACAN for 12 X-ray and dial into 109.10 on the ILS.
Okay, all set.
Okay, so now we need to check the signal lights one more time, just like we did before, looking for all the bright flashing lights and the noise coming through the helmet. After we're done with that, we're going to cycle the flaps through their full range of movement. First, we'll drop them one notch down into the takeoff position, then we will go full down. After they stop moving, we'll bring them all the way back in.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's test. It is on. Okay. Flaps, icon flaps. Okay.
Lamps and flaps are good.
We're now going to test the speed brake emergency retract. There are several things that need to happen either at the same time or very close together. So to make this a little bit easier, I will explain the whole process first, then we will go through it step by step. How does that sound?
Okay.
Copy. Sounds great.
Again, this is just going to be a quick description as to what we're going to do, so don't press any buttons right now. So the first step is going to be locating the speed brake emergency retract switch on the yellow and black outlined emergency
try to close them, which shouldn't work, and return the emergency retract switch. Then slightly close and full open on the boards. Check for movement, then close and check hydro pressure. Right?
That's it, man. So go ahead and give it a shot this time while I read you through it. Sound good?
Yep. Ready to proceed.
Okay, here we go. While commanding open on the speed brakes, flip the emergency retract switch into the emergency retract position. While still holding open, verify that the boards have stopped in their movement. Now try and close them. Again, they should not move.
Okay.
Check. No movement.
Alright, now return the emergency retract switch into its original unmarked position. Slightly close the speed brakes, then stop them. Now go ahead and fully open the speed brakes, and once they are fully open, cycle the ailerons looking for free and correct movement. And after you've done that, fully close the boards, do a quick check of the control surface movement, and then have a look at your hydraulic pressure to make sure it's good, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, everything worked as designed and pressures are good, I think. Normal pressure is anywhere between 2,800 and 3,350 psi, correct?
Yep, that's exactly correct. Next thing we're going to do is the stability augmentation system checks. So SAS basically smooths out your control inputs and helps with the stability of the jet. It works through the yaw and pitch channels and does things like automatically coordinate turns and provides pitch compensation for speed brake deployment and precision attitude control. So we're going to first turn on the anti-skid, then engage the 4 SAS channel switches near the throttle. Do that now, please.
Okay, anti-skid on and SAS switches in the up position.
Cool, so here we're going to move the monitor test switch, found just underneath the 4 channel switches towards the left. When we do this, we should see the 4 SAS switches get kicked back into their off position. Re-engage all 4 channels and push the switch to the right, again looking for SAS to get kicked off again. So go ahead and do that now.
Alright, both left and right are disengaged on all channels.
Perfect. Re-engage the 4 channels and leave them there. Next, go ahead and depress the takeoff trim button on the SAS panel until you see the light come on just above it. This, of course, indicates that your trim is neutralized.
Okay, set.
Alright, going back to the front dash, underneath of the left MFCD, you will find the AHCP, also known as the Armament HUD Control Panel. Here we need to put the FC switch into test, and the JTRS and KICU switches both into their respective on positions. Also, we're going to turn on both MFCDs, and eventually these will default to the DCS upload page. Once that page is pulled up on either MFCD, we're going to press OSB 10 labeled load all, and this will start the DTS upload process.
Stand by, 1.
Okay.
Okay, I just pressed load all.
successfully uploaded onto the jet.
Copy. Okay, I see the asterisks are back, so the DTC's loaded.
Now, once that is done, we're going to find OSB on the right. MFCD should be labeled stat, and we're going to go through that and check for MFL.
Let's close this. MFL stats. MFL, okay, empty.
Okay, done.
Cool. On the left MFCD, press OSB 15 to bring up the TAD, and on the right MFCD, press OSB 13 to bring up the CDU repeater.
Okay, done.
System
Right
tested.
on. The INS alignment should now be finished, so if you would verify that you see 4.0, 0.8 on the CDU towards the bottom next to where it says T equals. You should also see INS nav ready flashing at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Affirm.
Okay, on the CDU, depress the right line select 3 key for nav. Then when you have done that, place the steer point rotary dial into the flight plan settings. Then on the nav mode select panel ahead of the joystick, press the EE button and verify the steer point button is illuminated as well.
It's not illuminated.
Alright, set.
Okay, on most sorties, here is where we would get the TGP and our countermeasures set up, but since we're not going to be using either of those today, we'll just move on and we will check our flight instruments. So we're going to start this by first turning the large gray knob in the lower right corner of our ADI. While turning that knob, we are going to check the ADI for movement. After we are done with that, we're going to realign the arrow on the knob with the reference mark on the ADI.
ADI. Options. Okay.
That's good.
Okay, next we're going to uncage the standby attitude indicator by cranking the knob in the lower right until we see the flag stow. We will then align the aircraft symbol to the horizon and it should be good. After you've done that, please verify that the vertical velocity and airspeed indicators both read 0.
What are you talking about? Still in test. Vertical velocity indicator and airspeed 0, 0. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Alright, next we're going to run the bit on the UFC. So using the UFC, push the enter button and let it do its thing. Providing you have no grounding bit faults, let me know when you're ready and we will proceed to the next step.
Copy. Stand by.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Alright, the bid is finished and we're good. Sweet. Go ahead and move the IFC switch into the on position at this time, please.
Check.
Alright, now set your altimeter for 29905. And first turn off the APU generator, then the APU.
Done.
Okay, now we need to do the idle core RPM check. To do this, we are going to rapidly advance the throttles and return them back to idle. Again, you're going to do this very quickly. We will need to go from idle to mill and back to idle like boom, boom, boom. As we do this, though, you need to verify that we do not exceed 70% for either motor. Also, while you're doing this, make sure you hold the brakes so the aircraft doesn't roll or jump out of the chocks.
Here we go.
Both motors are good.
Right on. Put the EAC switch behind the throttles into the arm position, Pete. Armed.
Before, not behind.
Okay, so next we're going to set up the saddle for situational awareness data link. So on the left MSCD, on the TAD page, we're going to press OSB 10, which should be labeled net. On the right-hand side of that page, we should see two blocks. One, own, and the other, group. Today we're going to use a group ID of 07, and I will take 01 for my own ID, while you take 03 for your own ID. So on the UFC, I need you to type 03 for your own ID and press OSB 7 to input the 03 that you just typed into the correct spot.
Alright, saddle is set.
Okay, so I just seen your aircraft symbol on my TAD go from green to blue, indicating that you are now part of my group. We'll go over that and all things TAD on a different sortie, just not today.
Copy that.
Why don't I see him?
Okay, back up on the UFC, press the function key followed by the number 0, and that should get you into the CDU steer point info page.
Why is he not
Once
blue?
you've done that, we should be good to roll. Let me know when you're ready for taxi.
Oh, what did I do? Ugh, I started ground alignment. Let's speed this up. Okay. Again. EAC.
Set and ready for taxi.
Copy. Stand by for taxi clearance.
2.
Ground Tusk 2, taxi 2 A-10s with hotel from Thunder to 03 to the right.
Tusk 2, Nellis, ground, taxi Charlie, Golf, and Alpha, hold short 03 right.
Clear, Charlie, Golf, Alpha, hold short to 03 right, Tusk 2-1.
Thunder.
Okay, press the PE switch on the control column to activate your nose wheel steering. Also verify you see that illuminated on the front dash. After that, you'll need to advance the throttle slightly to get rolling, and once you're moving, don't forget to quickly apply and check the brakes. I'm going to follow you out to the active, take a left turn out of the shocks, and just follow the ramp. Just keep your taxi speed around 10 knots while we're on Thunder. 2. Oh, I forgot, but also switch your nav lights to steady and set your taxi landing lights into the taxi position. 2.
10. At Thunder. Where Thunder is here. Okay. Brakes are okay.
Taxi out.
Alright, as you can see, Nellis is pretty busy and Thunder is a tight ram. You're going to want to really watch out around here for people, jammers, trucks, bobtails, trailers, cars, and bread vans like this guy off to the right.
Raj?
Yeah, those bread vans are especially bad. Their guys are always in a hurry, picking up and dropping off people, plus the expediters are going spot to spot checking on things. Just keep an eye out for them.
Welcome.
I don't see any bread vans on the right. Following me. Guess that's the van. Okay.
Alright, we're coming up to the taxiway leading us out of Thunder. This is going to be taxiway Charlie. Follow it off to the left and continue straight.
Taxiway Charlie.
2.
When we taxi, we want to keep it around 15 knots, but certainly under 20. The nifty way we can check our ground speed is to press OSB 10 twice on the CDU page. Here you're going to see it switch from indicated airspeed to ground speed. Now to get it back to indicated, we simply hit OSB 10 once more.
Very nice.
Is he behind me or what? I don't see him.
Okay, here's Golf. Turn left now. We're going to follow this taxiway all the way down to the other end.
Golf. Okay.
Raj?
Let's keep it at 15. Is okay.
think the last time I was here, they had shades over the revettes.
Yeah, they got blown over a few years back. I was here for that. It must have been like 1700, and you've seen this wall of dust heading this way from the west. It's like something you see over in the shit. It hit the base and knocked it over. We had a few A-10s under there and some Vipers loaded with 120s and 9s. They're here for a special half-cap mission.
Damn, did anything bad happen?
Well, there was some damage to the hogs, the Vipers, and their missiles, but DOD came out and nothing went off. I think there may have been a few injuries to the maintenance guys and some equipment was damaged, but nothing much more. They just took the shade down and never put another one in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why don't I put my ground speed up as well? There we go.
Okay, we're approaching Alpha, so get ready to turn right. Prepare to hold short for the runway until I can get us takeoff clearance.
2 copies.
Let me give ground a call and... Tusk 2, contact tower at 327.70. Contact tower at 327.70, Tusk 2.
Well, let's put it back to indicated before.
Okay, go to tower and monitor. We're gonna hold here and pick it up in a second. Let me hit tower up.
Tower. Okay. Let's put this one first. Tower. What was tower? Three two seven. Decimal 7. Okay.
All right, set.
Tower, Tusk 2, holding short 03 right at Alpha. Hey, can we hold on the active for some academics and delay departure for a few minutes?
Tusk 2, Nellis Tower, runway 3 right, line up and wait. You've got a few minutes. Advise when ready for departure.
Clear to enter and hold 03 right. We'll advise when ready for takeoff, Tusk 2. Before either of us enter the active, we need to quickly go through the before takeoff check. First, take a look at your engine instruments and make sure everything is good and in the green. Next, set your flaps for takeoff. Verify your speed brakes are closed. Put the IFF into the normal position and verify the takeoff trim is set.
Takeoff trim is set. Check all my instruments, it's all good. Flaps set for takeoff. Okay, 7 degrees. Takeoff trim, CMS, TACAN is set. Countermeasures, let me switch it on, standby. Eggy. Swing check, no. Canopy is closed. Checks and seats, armed. Exterior lights set and checked. Steady, let's turn on my anti-collision. Formation lights on. Put my lights to landing lights. Hot indicated airspeed. Yeah. MVG I don't need.
Engine set, flaps good. Engine's good and flaps set.
Alright, verify that your oxygen is still good, canopy is down and locked, arm the rocket chair, turn on the strobe lights, and verify we are seeing indicated airspeed on the CDU.
Indicated. Turn on anti-collision, yeah, indicated. Okay.
Good. Set and showing indicated airspeed.
Cool, go ahead, take the active, line up on the center line, and we'll run through the lineup check. Let me know when you're ready to press.
2.
Cars driving over there, where are they going? Oh. Go too fast. Take the active. Pattern is clear. Let's line up center. Okay.
Twos lined up and holding.
So first thing you're going to do is check your flight instruments. After that, check anti-skid, verify it's on. Pitot heat on. APU and APU generator off. Still with me?
Yeah.
Yep, good so far.
So you may have noticed that we're taking off with the wind. I know this is probably pretty odd for you, but here at Nellis, it's not too unusual to land and take off away from the city, providing the winds ain't too bad. Now we do this because of the noise and to reduce the risk of flying all those aircraft and even live munitions over very heavily populated areas. Okay, let me get us takeoff clearance and we'll proceed with the next step. Stand by 1.
2.
Nellis, Tower, Tusk 2, holding 03 right, and ready for departure. Tusk 2, Nellis Tower, wind 202 at 6. Runway 3 right, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, 03 right, Tusk 2. Alright, so we're now cleared for takeoff. We're going to run the motors up to 90% on the core RPM and hold them there for a bit. Check and make sure that everything's in the green and we have nothing lit on the caution panel. If everything's good, release the brakes, then advance to full throttle. Disable the nose roll steering when you have rudder authority by hitting the pinky switch again on the control column.
Roger.
Okay. So, in the green. Release.
Twos rolling.
Okay, up takeoff, fly runway heading and climb to 5,000 feet.
On 30. Let's. Here we go. Gear up. Flips up. Okay. Climb to 5,000 feet. Let's go 200 knots.
Nellis Tower, Tusk 2 is passing apex. Tusk 2, contact Nellis departure 385.4. See ya. 385.4.
Oh, sorry.
Go 385.4.
Goodness. Okay.
385.4, copy.
Nellis departure, Tusk 2 with you at 101.
This one's rolling.
Tusk 2 departure, copy. Radar contact. Alright, down and off to our left, you can see Interstate 16 comes down flat north here in the third corner of Vegas. 95 on the other side of town heads northwest. We'll use 95 to get out of Vegas and into the NCR in a lot of our missions. And we'll follow 15 back into Nellis for recovery post now, if that's okay. Today we're going to follow 15 up to Mopa, then turn around and follow back for recovery at Nellis.
Copy.
Warning, autopilot.
Where is he?
This place is kind of weird. Some spots are just dirt and rocks, and then you drive 20 minutes in a car and there's some amazing scenery.
Let me just...
Yep, just like any place that helps us know the area and what's out there to see and do. Since we're going to be here for a while at Nellis, I'll point out some of the nifty stuff as we fly around the area.
Let's just... go down to 5,000 feet. Turn on my hammocks. Display. Okay. Let's get 2. It's gonna be 5,000 coming my way. 5. Let's make a turn. Let's descend to 5,000 feet. Let's go into number. Let's slow down for the rejoin. Let's increase my sound by just a little bit. Options, audio, in cockpit. Okay. There's he. Okay.
Alright, Kermit, I'm saddled up on your right-hand side, so can you go ahead and pick up the speed a little bit?
Okay. Okay, let's lower the sound a bit. It's very noisy. We don't need to turn that one on.
Alright, we're coming up to Mofa, so let's start a level left-hand turn and head back to Nellis for recovery.
Okay.
Copy.
Level left-hand
We're going to
turn.
shoot a straight-in approach for today, so don't worry about any fancy overhead brakes or anything like that. Sound okay?
Yeah, should be fine.
Left hand turn, 2 G's. Get some more
Alright, I'm gonna contact
power.
departure so we can get our free change to approach. Stand by 1.
Copy.
Departure Tusk 2 is southwest of Mopa, turning inbound for landing. Tusk 2, copy. Contact approach at 291-725. Approach at 291-725 for Tusk 2. Alright, go ahead and get that punched in and start monitoring.
2901. What was it? Seven to 5. Okay.
Set.
Nellis approach, Tusk 2.
Tusk 2, go ahead for Nellis approach.
Yeah, Tusk 2 is going to be a 2-ship of A-10s to the southeast of Mopa. Correction, southwest of Mopa with India. Angels 5 inbound for the visual, full stop.
Tusk 2's radar contact. Continue inbound Nellis, altimeter 29095. Expect visual from runway 21 left.
21 left. Okay.
Continue inbound for the straight in for runway 21 left, Tusk 2. Alright, 2, like I said, we're going to shoot a straight in approach for today. We'll get the jet configured for landing several miles out so we can go through the checklist without being rushed through it, even though it's pretty small. Rod. So for the descent and before landing portion of the checklist, the first thing we're going to need to do is check our altimeter setting. It may have changed since we took off, but it is still 29095 in this case. Next is speed brakes. Configure as required. We're straight and level, so they should be closed. And check that the anti-skid is on.
Check.
Alright, continuing on. Invis and landing lights as required. Fuel quantity check. Again, we should be good here since we launched with full tanks and we've only been up for a few minutes. Check that you're still using indicated airspeed, and we're going to try and hold 200 knots for the time being. And lastly, remove and stow your nogs, which of course you're not wearing because it's daytime. So, before landing checklist is complete.
Copy all. Checklist complete.
Raj.
Tusk 2 approach. I'm going to have you continue as a flight for now, but I'm going to have you guys shoot separate approaches. So 2-1 orbit for spacing 10 miles out, please.
Approach, Tusk 2 copy all, and 2-1 will orbit at the truck stop.
I'm 2-2, right? 2-1 left.
that, I'm going to pick up in orbit here.
180.
Descending to 3400 and looking for 180 indicated.
Solid copy.
Warning, autopilot.
3400. 18 indicated.
Okay, when you get to 180 knots, go ahead and drop the gear in flaps. If you would confirm that you're showing 3 gear down and locked, if you wouldn't mind, please.
$3,400.
Two's got 3 green.
Trim.
Tusk 2 to contact tower 327.70. Good day.
Tusk 2-2, switching to tower.
Go ahead and pop over to Tower Freak. If you need anything, hit me up on Fox.
Tower. 327.7. $327.7.
Nellis Tower, Tusk 2-2 is an A-10, 5 miles out on final for runway 21 left.
Tusk 2-2, Nellis Tower, clear to land 21 left, winds are 202 at 6, check gear down.
Cleared to land 21 left, Tusk 2-2.
Okay.
Okay, one last time, go through the pit and make sure everything's okay, and that the jet is configured for landing. Go ahead, fly the approach, and try not to bend anything while you're at it.
Raj, thanks for the encouragement.
Okay. 3 degrees down. Let's keep it 130. Slightly slow.
Altitude, altitude.
Okay. Let's give a notch of brakes. Okay. Flare. Keep my nose up.
2, safe on deck.
Just stay on the active until you're at the end of the runway. That's
Speed
going to be
brakes.
taxiway alpha. Pull off a little bit and hold there.
Raj?
Dallas Tower, Tusk 2-1 is a single ship A-10 10 miles to your north inbound for 21 left, full stop.
Tusk 21 Nellis Tower, clear to land 21 left, winds are 202 at 6, check gear down.
Clear for landing on 21 left, Tusk 21.
Okay. So where am I going? Let's just hold here and have a look. I landed on 1 left. One left, so I am going off to my left. Just holding here. Taxi light on. Let's hold here for a moment. Let's have a look what he's doing. Can I not find him? Where is he? You're looking at on 2-1 right. Okay. Where is he going? He's making a go around. Why is he doing that? Did he figure he's on the wrong approach? Where is he going? What? What happened here? Is he upside down? Again, where are you going? Okay. Maybe he was talking and I didn't hear it because I was outside. Change that sound. Options, external sound, cockpit sound and radio messages. So, where is he going? Again, 31 right. Okay. Where the fuck is he going? Doing?
on deck.
Sorry, what?
Tusk 2, vacate when able. Contact ground when clear of the active.
Clear active when able and contact ground, Tusk 2.
Okay, ground.
Okay, let's head over to ground on 275.8.
Okay, 275.8.
Set.
Where are you? What is he doing? Oh, now he's coming off.
Ground, Tusk 2, flight clear of the active, looking for taxi back to Thunder.
Tusk 2, continue via Golf and Charlie for Thunder.
Golf Charlie.
Tusk copy. When we start taxiing back, try to keep the RPMs below 80% on the core. The reason we want to do that is because if we keep the RPMs low, we can count the time spent taxiing towards the required 5 minutes at idle before we're allowed to shut down
Charlie.
the engine.
So he came off here somewhere.
Copy. I'll make sure to keep it under 80.
Okay, go ahead and start rolling. I'm going to exit via Bravo and just move on to my parking spot. I need you to go ahead and continue via Golf and Charlie. Just park next to me when you get on the ramp, okay?
Golf and Charlie. Okay.
Roger.
Let's put it on ground speed again. Taxi is on. Anti-collision can go off. Let's disarm ejection.
Okay, so now we'll accomplish the after clearing runway portion of our checklist. So we're going to need to turn the anti-skid off, take the ejection seat, canopy open or closed as desired, and turn our TACAN and ILS equipment off. Also place the IFF into the standby position.
Standby. TACAN. IFF. ILS. Here we go on to Charlie. So I could have pulled off earlier. Maybe that's what set him off. I don't know. There we go. On to Charlie. Let's try to stay below 20. Sorry. Park next to him, right? So to be careful of the soldier. Dude, watch out for your head. Let's just turn around over here. Okay.
Copy.
Okay, ensure that the HUD is in the daytime setting. Countermeasures mode switch into standby and system switches off, then turn off the CMSP, which we didn't turn on.
Hot in daytime. It is daytime.
Okay, done.
Perfect. Pitot heat off. Position light to bright and flash. Strobe off, and pull the flaps in.
Flaps are in. And off.
Set.
Cool, that's it. Continue taxiing back to Thunder Ramp, and we'll pick it up with engine shutdown when we're in shock.
Roger.
Are we not in Thunder? Did he say back in Thunder? Okay, let's try that. Let's go again. This is very weird. Guess this is just practice, not to kill anything. I started. Okay. Now what? Let's just switch off the engines. So, dude, it's not giving me any options to do something else. So, I'll just switch everything off. Oh, stupid. Switch everything off. Off, up, off. Okay. Quit. Off. Okay. Quit. Results 100. Mission ends. Save track. I won. Okay. Success. Exit.